What is up, Billie Buzz fam? Get ready, because the news cycle is moving and we've got the absolute hottest updates dropping right now. From the red carpet drama to the boxing ring intensity, we're diving deep into the stories you need to know. Don't blink, you might miss it. We've got Oscar buzz heating up, surprising career moves, and the latest on a massive brand controversy. Stick around, because this is Billie Buzz and we're bringing you the unfiltered truth, the real stories, and all the juicy details. You do not want to miss what's coming your way. Let's go. First up, we're heading to TIFF 2025, where Katy O'Brian is absolutely stealing the show, reportedly eating Sydney Sweeney's lunch in the highly anticipated biopic, Christy. We're breaking down what that means for Sweeney's Oscar chances and the buzz around this intense new film. But that's not all. Director David Michod is singing Sydney Sweeney's praises, calling her fearless in the same film, Christy. We're getting exclusive insights into the challenges Sweeney faced and the dark, surprising turns this boxing drama takes. Plus, we're tackling the controversy surrounding Sydney Sweeney's American Eagle ad campaign and how she's finally addressing the backlash head-on. And finally, we're diving into a scathing TIFF review of Christy, questioning its Oscar ambitions and dissecting its narrative. Is this movie a genuine contender or a shamelessly generic Oscar grab? We've got all the angles covered. You do not want to miss this episode. Make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell so you never miss a moment. Katy O'Brian eats Sydney Sweeney's lunch and heavy-handed Christy at TIFF 2025. Talk about a TIFF premiere that's sparking conversation. The buzz is deafening around the new biopic Christy, starring Sydney Sweeney, but early reactions suggest Katy O'Brian might be the one to watch. This film aims to put women's boxing on the map through the life story of Christy Martin, a fighter who blazed trails while battling personal demons. The movie dives into her rapid rise to fame, her struggles with addiction, her sexuality, and an abusive relationship with her trainer and husband. It attempts to cover a lot of ground, from her early days as a basketball hopeful to her championship fights and personal turmoil. However, critics are noting that the film bites off more than it can chew, resulting in a choppy narrative that struggles to find its focus. Sydney Sweeney, known for her powerful performances, reportedly faces an uphill battle in portraying Christy Martin. Early reports highlight issues with her accent and an overall uneven performance, especially when compared to the raw energy of Katy O'Brian, who is said to deliver a knockout blow in her scenes. O'Brian, described as looking and moving like an athlete, is stealing the spotlight, creating a stark contrast that leaves audiences questioning the film's casting choices. The film's attempts to blend intense boxing drama with themes of feminism, abuse, and homophobia are met with mixed results. While audiences might recognize key moments like Martin's battles with Don King or her cover on Sports Illustrated, the movie's pacing and tonal shifts, including jarring comedic elements from Don King, leave viewers feeling disoriented. The rapid sprint through Martin's life, spanning over 2 decades, relies heavily on quick title cards and frequent wig changes to keep up, adding to the uneven feel. Don't go anywhere, because the drama off-screen is just as intense as what's happening in the ring. Next up, we're hearing directly from the director about Sydney Sweeney's fearless performance in Christy. Sydney Sweeney, fearless in new role, Christy director says. While TIFF critics might be divided on the film Christy, director David Michod is singing the praises of his lead, Sydney Sweeney, describing her as fearless and up for anything during filming. This boxing biopic, starring Sydney Sweeney as the pioneering female fighter Christy Martin, is proving to be more than just a sports story. Michod reveals that the film delves into surprisingly dark territory, exploring themes of domestic abuse and misogynistic control as Martin falls under the sway of her coach and husband, Jim. Sweeney's commitment to the role is highlighted, with the director stating she readily tackled daring and unglamorous scenes, even those involving a prosthetic penis for a disturbing homemade sex video, or being essentially pimped out for spar sessions. Michod emphasized Sweeney's remarkable dedication, saying, "Whatever the movie needs, she'll go there." He also addressed the recent controversy surrounding Sweeney's American Eagle ad campaign, noting that she navigates such issues with ease, being a creature of the internet who is healthily ambitious and very good at what she does. The director expressed admiration for her ability to move past controversies without letting them faze her, especially as the film gears up for an awards season push. Sweeney's portrayal spans over 2 decades of Christy Martin's life, showcasing her transformation from a naive teenager to a grizzled abuse survivor. Despite mixed reviews for the film overall, Sweeney's performance is consistently praised for its intensity and physicality. The film's November release date positions it perfectly for Oscar contention, with tales of her rigorous fight training and diet already becoming part of the award's season narrative. But is this Oscar buzz enough to overcome the film's narrative stumbles? We're breaking down a critical take on Christy that calls it a shamelessly generic Oscar grab. Sydney Sweeney just acknowledged the American Eagle ad backlash for the first time, and she made one thing very clear. Sydney Sweeney is finally breaking her silence on the American Eagle ad controversy, and her message is crystal clear. The backlash ignited when American Eagle doubled down on its campaign themes, a move that was met with significant criticism. The White House even weighed in, defending the ad, which subsequently led to Sweeney being identified as a registered Republican. Former President Donald Trump also entered the fray, publicly supporting Sweeney and her campaign. Prior to this, Sweeney had maintained a public stance of apolitical neutrality, even when faced with criticism over photos from a family gathering that showed attendees wearing MAGA-style hats and Blue Lives Matter tops. This recent acknowledgement marks a significant shift in her public engagement with political discourse. Despite the controversy, American Eagle has seen a substantial rise in its shares since the campaign's launch, suggesting the divisive marketing may have had a positive financial impact for the brand. Sweeney's clear stance comes at a crucial time, as her film, Christy, garners Oscar buzz, adding another layer to the public's perception of the star. While Sweeney navigates brand controversies, her latest film is facing its own critical challenges. We're diving into a TIFF review that questions if Christy is a genuine Oscar contender or just a calculated grab for attention. TIFF review: Christy makes a shamelessly generic Oscar grab for Sydney Sweeney. Is Christy the Oscar vehicle it aims to be, or a by-the-numbers biopic playing it too safe? One TIFF review is calling it a shamelessly generic Oscar grab for Sydney Sweeney. The film, focusing on the life of boxer Christy Martin, is criticized for its predictable structure and an attempt to appeal to mainstream sensibilities while still aiming for prestige. From the opening voiceover with Sweeney attempting a West Virginian drawl, the review suggests the film signals its intentions early on. It traces Martin's journey from a repressed, sports-loving, closeted lesbian in a conservative family to her marriage with trainer James V. Martin, a relationship that quickly turns abusive and exploitative. The narrative highlights how Martin's career takes off through her husband's connections, leading to a significant fight in the mid-90s. The film then jumps to 2003, depicting a pivotal loss and the subsequent fracture of her marriage, descending into themes of drug addiction and James's darker side. While the shift to a domestic abuse drama in the third act provides some jolt, the review notes that the story wraps up too tidily, turning a real-life tragedy into what feels like manufactured inspiration. Critiques also point to a lack of strong directorial vision, with director David Michod seemingly prioritizing the star's Oscar ambitions over a unique cinematic approach. The review suggests that the transparency of this aim might be visible to voters, potentially leading to more films like Christy in the future. Despite its flaws, the film does feature Ben Foster as James V. Martin and covers Martin's journey through significant personal and professional challenges, including her struggles with her identity and abusive marriage. It's clear Christy is generating strong opinions, both on and off screen. But what's the verdict from the audience? We'll give you the quick rundown in our outro. All right, Billie Buzz crew, let's do a lightning round recap. Katy O'Brian is making waves at TIFF 2025, potentially overshadowing Sydney Sweeney's performance in Christy. Director David Michod is hailing Sydney Sweeney as fearless in the same dark boxing biopic, Christy. Sydney Sweeney is finally addressing the American Eagle ad backlash, making her stance clear amid Oscar buzz. And a sharp TIFF review slams Christy as a shamelessly generic Oscar grab. That's a wrap on today's news. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Billie Buzz for all the hottest updates, hit that notification bell so you never miss a drop, and drop a comment below with your thoughts on these stories. You can also follow us on all social media platforms for even more exclusive content. We'll see you in the next one.